Hi guys, my name is Alex. I'm currently in central Victoria, Australia, in Friars Forest, and we're currently working on building some light earth walls, which is basically a combination of straw and clay slurry, getting mixed together, tossed and stuffed in between two formworks. And essentially, the idea is taking the straw, which is here, and then later we'll mix it up with this slurry, which sort of is sort of milkshake consistency. You want it to be able to coat your finger, not to be too runny or watery. And the light earth walls will go around this house. As you can see, this is a solar passive house, as you can see from up there. And I'll just give you a quick demo of how this straw thing works. So we have this cannon that spins the straw while we put the clay slurry into it. So we'll turn that on. Now we have the straw. This nice big handful of straw. And about half a scoop, a bit more of the clay slurry goes into that. Some more straw here. And basically that spins and coats all the straw evenly. Yeah, helps it even coating. And if you find that for somehow your straw doesn't stick as well, you can add a bit of dishwashing detergent to make it stick if you feel like. But basically you want it everything coated, but not too wet, because we're not making really in this case we're not making thermal mass wall, we're making more of an insulation wall. As you can see in this house here, we have a thermal mass wall on the middle of the house. That's a mud brick wall, but the outside walls are just going to be mainly for insulation. So we don't want them to be too heavy with clay. We want mainly the straw. The clay just sort of helps to bind it and keep it together. And the process of the clay is fairly simple. Making the slurry, basically we'll take this clay in its natural form, which has rocks and stones in it, has other stuff in it, and we'll mix it in the bucket until it all sort of comes together with water, and then we'll sift it through this sieve. And then what comes later is this sort of thick slurry that we see here, and that we use that to put into our straw while we're mixing it. Just wanted to say to you that even though it's straw, you're working with straw and clay, it is pretty hard work. Like, you'll think, okay, yeah, straw is really easy, but stuffing it in the foam work and sort of making sure all the gaps are filled, it's quite a bit of work. And if your house is big, you know, be prepared to work hard. Even though it's light straw and it's fluffy, it's still quite a bit of work. But let me show you the idea of the foam work. It's basically sheets of plywood, and we installed some handles on the plywood as well, just to make it a bit easier. So it's basically these sheets of plywood with handles go on either side of the walls. We're making it about 30-40 centimeters thick, about 40 I think. And in between these, basically these get hooked onto the framework of the house with little spacers, just spaces of pipe, plastic pipe that we made. On the other side we got the spacers, and then the board gets screwed to the framework using the spacers, as you can see over there. That's that formwork, and you will also be able to see it. We're kind of getting into the roof part now, which is a little bit trickier, so we're not really able to use whole sheets of plywood. But basically there it is. You can see the top part being done. These are the finished walls. So you can see this is the top view of the sort of our house, the roof, the house that we're working on in Forest Forest. This is a solar passive house, as you can see. And anyway, going on with the straw. So here I brought the straw from there. We're working on basically finishing off the roof part, and it gets a bit tricky, as you can see, with the formwork. Whereas before we could use whole sheets of formwork, when we're getting up close to the roof we have to use bits and pieces that we have left over, basically. And see, on this side we're putting up the formwork. And one thing is, when you do put these spacers here, they will leave holes in the wall. So later, when we take out the formwork, we'll just go in and see those holes, fill them one by one with straw, and then we'll just use a whippersnipper and line trimmer and just buzz them off before we render the wall with lime. Yeah, so as you can see, the straw just basically, see, it's not too wet, but it's still light and fluffy. Everything gets coated, because we want to make more of an insulation rather than thermal mass. So because I'm filming along here, it's kind of difficult. So we just stuff that in between, and then of course we need to put some pressure in it. So we'll use just a couple of sticks to jam it tight. The corners are important, and it's important that it is quite compact, so that when you do take off the formwork, the walls are nice and tight, and you can just render right over that without putting any chicken wire or anything like that. What else? Hey Christian! I'm making a video of the light earth. Yeah, I'm gonna post it.
On the internet?
Probably, yeah. Well, just for me personally and for my friends, you know, to see. Okay, that's basically it. And then as we get up to the roof, we will basically go right up to the roof, to the insulation of the roof part, and render right up to that, and light earth right up to that. See, all inside there is, I'm on the roof now, so it's all inside there, all light earth walls. Beautiful place, Forest Forest, Central Victoria. Caravan there. Here, as you can see as well here, that's all light earth there. All the whole surrounding walls is light earth. However, on the inside, as you can see, kind of there, it's a thermal mass wall. So that's the wall that keeps all the heat in, whilst the light earth keeps the house insulated. Yep. It's Alex, Forest Forest. See you guys. Have a good one. Peace.